So this is the Oracle. We've come seeking knowledge and truth. We seek... What do we seek, actually? I'm not entirely certain. Can we give them anything? No, we cannot give her anything, so let's just talk to her. But first, let's have a quick look at her. She's sitting on some sort of tripod, huh? Carrying a branch in one hand and a bowl in the other, and she appeared out of thin air. So what can she tell us? How do you speak English? She doesn't speak English. She speaks Proto-Germanic. No, she speaks through the power of thought, apparently. So it's an ethereal Babel fish. Yeah, I suppose. Don't know if that was a reference to the Yahoo translator or to Douglas Adams. Probably the latter, but I don't know. What can you tell me about yourself? What do you do? She gives spiritual guidance. She's an ancient psychic. What does the future prepare for us? There are 2 prophecies, huh? The prophecy of the return of the Four Seeders, and the one who will come from the west to defeat them. Because, you know, there can't be heroes from anywhere else but the USA, that's... Anyway. And also there are paranormal disturbances from around the world. Things are being taken, hoarded in secret, and are causing unrest. So that's kind of the arc that's been going on since the first game, sort of. Objects of great power and meaning have been stolen. And we will soon meet the one responsible for this. And our trust will be betrayed by someone we hold close. And we will soon meet our darkest hour. That's ominous. But let's talk about the sea people now. The Forsythers, yes. They would lie undisturbed under the Aegean Sea for nearly 1,000 years. Something would disturb them and cause them to seek the surface. What disturbed them? Something was taken. One of many stolen items that have caused unrest. And one from the west would come and seek the lair of the Forsythers. So off to the Vanishing Island we must travel. Where do we find this Vanishing Island? It's shrouded in mists and not far from here. Sometimes clear to the eye, at others invisible. So you know that's a great point of reference. It's a vanishing island that is sometimes invisible. I'm sure we'll have no problem finding it. What are people on Skype saying? That's what. They're making their own streams. Oh, bollocks. So I don't think it's such a good idea to mention mine right now. So let me see. So we board the dinghy and see if the fisherman knows about the Vanishing Island. Which I don't think he will. Yep, she exists. And apparently he does know. But on this island there's a labyrinth, and inside a vicious beast. Like a minotaur, yes. So we'll take our chances with the Minotaur's island. The island of the Minotaur. He's glad he's staying on the boat, but we're going to, you know, test our luck. So let's go off to this island where the evil Minotaur dwells. I'm sure he's still alive after all this time and will come to terrorize us. Oh, I almost dropped that. So there's just some stone slabs, they look man-made. A bush with yellow flowers. So let's continue our flower picking walk, I suppose, our nature walk, and get a yellow flower. Now we have a pink, white and yellow flower in our pocket. And there's also one boulder. That doesn't look like it's separate from the rest of the wall, but whatever you say, game. And a narrow opening in the rock wall. Let's see if we can fit in there. No, the opening is too narrow, apparently. So we can't go in there quite. Not entirely certain what else there is here. Might need to get to that. Oh, there's a dice here. 3 rocks on it that had been deliberately placed. Not sure what that's supposed to mean, but alright. Maybe we should have another go at that opening. With a different course of action this time. With our suntan lotion to grease the edges of the rock. So let's go inside again. Yep, we made it through, but now we're covered in suntan lotion, so... There's a fresco here, a male with a sword, and a fresco with a minotaur. So maybe that is Theseus. And also there's a glint in the fresco. Maybe it'll appear again, we can have a look at it. Yeah, small glint coming from the fresco. There's a very old looking box along with a lock and a hole. So maybe let's see if there's anything in there. Uh-oh. There's weird tingling in our fingers when we get to the inside of the box. That's kind of weird. And apparently there's nothing in the hole either. Ooh. Wait. We don't want to ruin the fresco, but maybe we will want to examine the glint when it appears. There we are. Managed to catch that this time. There's a small key attached to the fresco made to look like the ring on the Minotaur's nose. So now we have a key. An ancient key. So let's go outside again. And go right this time. Since apparently there's nothing else in that cave. Back through the ominous Minotaur land we go. Well, there's a facade here. Big wooden doors with a padlock. So I wonder if this looks familiar to anyone. I think it's supposed to, because if it doesn't look familiar now, it will in a little bit. So the padlock prevents us from opening the door, but we did get that key. So now we can make it inside. And go inside whatever place this is. See, this looks kind of familiar now, doesn't it? There's some lack of light and a bunch of rooms sort of connected to one another with this perspective. And a dopey adventure game protagonist going through them. And apparently there's also a Minotaur somewhere in here. So in summary, this is not King's Quest VI. There's a horn on the floor. A bull's skull. A large skeleton. Looks like a mix of human and animal bone. So apparently the Minotaur, if it was here, must have starved to death. So that's lucky for us. So we did manage to get that horn. Might be able to use that for something. So let's keep exploring the maze. There's a fresco on the wall here. Hello. So we can't quite tell what it depicts. Can we make a sketch of it? No, we cannot. There's another fresco here. We can see that it depicts a bull, apparently. Not really seeing it from here. So what lies at the other end of the maze? Apparently there's a mechanism here. Yeah, a couple of gears set into the walls and a stone plate. Not sure if we can do anything in here. Maybe interact with it. No, I guess it doesn't work right now. I think we might have missed something yet again. That's great. Oh boy. We need to get a cog, but I forget where we're supposed to get it. Maybe if we keep exploring the maze, we'll find something more interesting. Oh, there's a fresco over here of Satan, who was apparently a young fisherman, even though he has red skin. But other than that, I don't think there's that much to see in the maze. There are no mythical beasts or anything, so not that much sightseeing to be done. So now we're just outside again, and I'm not entirely certain what to do next, I have to admit. We need a cog to get that working, but I don't remember where to get it. Maybe we get it on this island. Actually, wait, maybe we need to search the maze a little bit better. Might find what we're looking for somewhere around here. Keep an eye out for stuff on the ground. Oh, there's some rubble in this corner, of course. So let's search through the rubble. And as luck would have it, the cog is right there, of course. No, I don't think the dice has a use. I don't even know what it's for. It has 3 stones, but I'm not sure what that's supposed to represent or signify. But we somehow managed to get the cog, so back up to the gear place it is. Maybe replace this thing into the wall and try to interact with it again. No, apparently not. Maybe if we use something else to interact with the machine, like the horn. Yeah, we twist it like a lever and now the gears are turning and somewhere something just opened. Somewhere a door just opened. And I think I've heard that said in another game, somewhere a door just opened, but I can't remember which game. So now, oh boy. Now we need to find out where the open door is. Maybe it's closer to the entrance. Oh yeah, this is new, this opening. So what's inside this secret opening? It's too small to crawl through and we can't lift the door without help. Maybe use the horn again? Apparently yes. Open sesame. So, yes, thanks Ben. Walk through the opening and see this. A large mosaic in the alcove. A stylized representation of a sea person pointing to a strange shape between two islands. That must be the location of their underwater lair. That's exciting. Maybe we need to copy that in our notepad. Yep, we draw a sketch of the islands and their positions. And now we have a map to the sea people's lair. So we are, you know, that much closer to discovering the truth about the sea. Oops. Should probably eat these for too long. About the evil sea people. And what they're doing, taking tourists away. Well, not just tourists, just people. So back to the boat we go, to report our progress to the fisherman. Oh, this big lump of bread I have here. So why not let's go there right now? Time for the reckoning. Oh wait. There's nothing here. And we don't have diving equipment. No one's interested in diving around here, so we can't get any. So it's back to the island, the mainland. Welcome back, Ben. To not miss our dinner with the professor. Apparently Simon was waiting for us. Alice was looking for me, apparently. Oh, and we tell him all about the our adventures, looking around, working on a case. So we have a fight with our buddy. So he doesn't like the fact that we've been investigating, and he... Oh boy. Getting a call again. Yeah, I suppose. Someone else is streaming and they're making a call for it, but... I don't think they even know that I'm streaming, so... I don't think there's much of a point in joining. So now there's a couple of campers and some fire, which looks kind of different. I think that's it. They look like they might be, I don't know. They're too drunk to care about the sea people, and they're camping right next to the sea. So I'm sure nothing could go wrong here. Come on, Ben, please move. Nothing to go wrong here. So let's go and have our dinner with the professor. Is he in here or is he in the other place? Well, there's no one here, so he must be somewhere else. Yep, there he is. So we go to sit down and have a nice conversation with this guy. Look at that artwork. He sure looks glad to be here. But we look a bit upset because we just have an argument with Simon. Because he didn't know we were investigating. But I'm sure everything will be alright. Oh, shoot. So, time to trade stories with this guy. So, what made us become a paranormal investigator? The answer, of course, is our grandfather. Spent a lot of time traveling in Europe and learned about the local legends. And he was the only one in our family who encouraged his interest in the paranormal. Quite a nice man, so time to ask about something. Oops. About paranormal investigating. Robin was haunted. One destiny was didn't start going. But he was fascinated by her. The woman was the murderer. She was trapped as punishment for her crime. He was scared when he found out. Our first case was the skunk ape. That was a great time, I'm sure. And we were almost killed by the crazy redneck drug dealer murderer. With the cocaine and the electronic color. But the skunk ape killed him. I'm sure everyone remembers that great scene. Maybe it escaped back into the woods, I don't know. What happened to the skunk ape? That's a good point. But we'll never find out, unfortunately. So about Oxford. He teaches theology there, huh? Fascinating mysticism and things related to the paranormal and religion. I suppose that's true. So what do we like best about being a paranormal investigator? I suppose world travel. It's quite nice, but I'm not entirely certain it's cheap, you know. I don't think we get paid to travel. I don't think that's an expense that is covered by our employers, which we do not have because we're our own boss. But anyway, has he met Percival Quentin Jones? He has not. He teaches criminology at Oxford, but apparently the professor has never heard of him. Even though he has friends in the criminology department. That's kind of curious. So there might be nobody named Percival Jones teaching criminology at Oxford? Could he have been lying to us? Yes, we've solved all our cases so far, but it hasn't all been easy. We talk about Mary Blaine, betrayal, Alice's poisoning, and dreams. I think the most comprehensive one is dreams. The girl in Smale Hall, Mary Blaine. gotta choose our path, and about some guy. Looking, being in what looked like a colonial house. Someone knocked at the door, and we were really scared before we found out who it was, but then we woke up. So we do not know what that's about. Like the Paranormal Investigator's Handbook. Because apparently no such thing existed before this guy wrote one. Which is bullshit, but you know. Apparently in this universe there was no source of bestiaries or information about paranormal creatures before this guy wrote his. You know, who needs the metamorphosis? No information there. Who needs Ovid? Who needs Ambrose Bierce? Who needs any of that? Oh god, we actually get to choose which was our favorite case. I don't know. Didn't really like this concave case that much, I have to say. This one was cool, I guess, since it had the House of Leaves references and the ooh sound effect. So that was great. Number 50 Berkeley Square, yes. And we got to work with other paranormal investigators. That's where we met Simon and Alice. So, just one more thing to ask about. The sea people. Apparently he learned about them through the theology department. He'd heard rumors that something was coming out of the sea and taking people. So I suppose that concludes our conversation with the professor. We don't know what we ate, but apparently it was a traditional Greek meal. We have no idea what it is we're eating. So that was great. So back to the bungalow we go. To rest before the coming day. Just gotta have a big day tomorrow, in which we nearly get killed again. But first let me take another bite of my food. Back to the bungalow. Uh-oh. What's this? You got hanging on Alice. I'm not going to bed. I was sitting there. How dare you talk about us like that? Oh boy. So this guy's really hitting on her, huh? So we see Alice being led off by that guy. Which leaves us somewhat speechless, apparently. We just call him an asshole. We're angry with a twinge of jealousy. But not much we can do about it, I don't think. If we come over here, this place looks like it's not open. There's no light in there or anything. So off to bed we go, I suppose. Don't think there's much else we can do right now. So let's just interact with the bed to go to sleep, I suppose. We're hurt and dejected. And have another dream. It's this guy again. Someone's knocking on the door. Who could it be? It's this bald guy who isn't Voldemort again. Apparently he's more closely involved with the story than we thought. There's a spy among the group. Who could that be, I wonder? Several reasons to believe so. Very little room for error tonight, huh? So his brother Wilkins. Master, quote unquote. I'm totally not the spy. Thanks for that. So that was a weird dream, huh? But Alice is here now. Let's try to be quiet, so we didn't hear her come in. She spent quite some time at the campsite with the other guy. He turned out to be kind of a jerk. You know, surprisingly. But at least one of us had a good time. Simon was with a girl. Apparently having fun. So we're kind of upset, so let's lie about why. Let's just tell about the dream. Man in a colonial house is going to infiltrate a ceremony, and then it was Sorceress, the vampire witch we killed in Scotland. And the other guy's name was Marcus Wilkins. Did you have any relatives named Marcus Wilkins? She's being kind of coy about it, but apparently she doesn't really know a lot about her family history. She was raised by her older brothers. So we can also confess our jealousy. Subtle Ben. Apparently she was overtaken by girliness, but we also had a fight with Simon. The real reason was we came here was to look into the sea people, which apparently she knew. So let's hope Simon is over it. So now that we've opened up our mind, Simon's back, apparently. Oh boy. Something's going on at the beach, it looks like. There's the professor again, and some drag marks. Yes. You know, somehow, even though this is right next to the beach, the drag marks haven't been blotted out by the waves. So let's introduce these people. So I guess those two drunken campers that were here last night got dragged away. But we can't investigate, because even though we know where the sea people's lair is, no one has any diving equipment. And none of them want to come to the sea, because these two don't like the sea. They get seasick easily, and Alice doesn't like fish after almost being killed in the last case. So off we go to talk to the fisherman, see if he has a good idea. Or not. Actually, it might be a good idea to check out the town first, since I think there are new people there today. This old woman. Selling flowers. Sell yourself. Blah, 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 blah. So this woman is a flowers expert. She doesn't know about anything other than flowers. She doesn't like hearing about the forces. She's been spitting in our general direction. So that was interesting, I suppose. So let's see if she has anything to say about the flowers we picked up earlier. This is an iris. Apparently the pink one is an iris. This white flower is an asphodel. It grows in Hades. And this yellow flower is a chrysanthemum, which symbolizes death. So apparently there's kind of a deadly set of flowers we got here. Oh, but I sure hope my downstairs neighbor isn't smoking again. That would be dickish. But she does it all day anyway. And with the window open so that it can seep through my windows. So we've managed to find out what kind of flowers we have. I'm sure that information will come in very useful. But yeah, that sounds kind of... There's kind of a weird smell coming from the window. Let me check what that's about. Oops. Oh god, oh dear lord. So, you know, I don't want to point fingers, but it kind of smells like someone's burning wheat down there. And of course they're doing that so that the fucking smoke blows up and... Oh yeah, there's a mesh now. The mesh has been cut open and the tentacles are gone. So let's get this mesh. But yeah, it kinda smells like someone's burning questionable materials down there. And the smell's seeping in through the window, so they're not really being subtle about it. Guess I should turn on the fan now, because the scent still lingers in the air. But I'm too lazy to do that. What does that mean? Apparently it means please wait something something, according to Google Translate. Even though that's the first time I know that that has happened here in like 4 years that I've lived here. In this building, that is. So we're talking to the fisherman and we still don't know how we're going to get on the water. Perhaps we should ask the oracle. See, that sounds like a great idea. Let's go talk to the oracle. That seems like our, you know, one stop. Oh, we still have fresh water, so we don't need to repeat the distilling thing. I guess we have an infinite supply of fresh water now. So let's go back to the oracle's island. and talk to the Oracle. See if she will tell us of a way to get underwater without diving equipment. That sure would be handy. How do I get underwater? They're ruled by a king. Seek out and destroy the king, the rest will perish. Well, that's convenient. That sounds too easy, so how do we get underwater? We need a special potion which will allow us to breathe underwater for a period of time. You know, we don't need to worry about pressure or anything like that. Just need to worry about breathing. So where do we find this potion? Gotta get 2 ingredients. An iris flower, which we have, and the scale of a siren, which apparently exists. So we need to go hunt down a siren now. That's great. Do you know, I'm sure the sea captain guy will help us learn where we can find sirens, because those are very common sights. Everyone knows that sirens are totally real, so let's see what he knows about it. Also, I'm kind of remembering that the siren thing might not be completely safe for stream, but I suppose it'll be alright. An old beautiful sea legend about a woman who sings songs which attract sailors and then eats them. And apparently this guy many years ago thought he heard a siren. So of course let's tempt fate and go to this... No. Let's go to the Sea People's Lair. No. Let's go to the Sirens Island. That's where we have to go. We hear a beautiful voice in the distance. You know, I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's just save again. Let's just walk right into the singing is very interesting. So let's just keep going and oh yeah, I thought so. So there's the siren sitting on a rock. We're entranced by the beauty of her voice. She wants us to approach her and we excitedly comply. But then we've fallen for the oldest trick in the book. She reveals her giant shark head and eats us. It'd probably be a good idea to read upon your ancient Greek mythology, you know. Maybe if you did the required reading for the course, you would be able to survive this, so let's reload our save. And try that again. But this time, let's not go in there unprepared. Let's use this pizza dough, break it up into 2 smaller pieces, and use the pizza dough to plug our ears. And now we can block out the siren song. There we go. And now we can't hear the song. So there's the siren. So now we know what happens if we get too close. So let's not do that. We could try getting a scale from her tail, but I don't think that's a good idea. Instead, let's check out this pond near her. At the bottom, there are scales. So let's get a scale from the pond instead. Oh wait. Apparently the water is much deeper than it looks, so we can't reach the scales. So I'm not entirely certain... Oh, wait a minute. I think we might have missed something right here in the island, actually. We might have missed the fact that there's this stick on the side of the road. Yeah. So let's pick up this perfectly conspicuous stick. And, oh hey, it's our old friend, the stick. Yeah. That we saw in games 1, 2 and 3, it's back. And let's mix it with the mesh to make a fishing net. And let's use this fishing net to get a scale from the bottom of the pond. And now we have a mermaid scale, siren scale. Looks like it could have come off a snake, but we survived our encounter with the siren. So there's that. And now we have everything we need to make the... Oh, I don't think we can, but might as well try it. That's a good point. Let's see if we can make small talk with the siren. She doesn't say anything. Yeah, she doesn't say anything back to us, so... Ben just got... ignored there. So let's escape from the Siren's Island. And go back to the Oracle's Island so that we can get the underwater breathing potion. We still have the fresh water from the cup, right? Yes, we do. Okay. Now, Ben, go right. Go to the right, please. So let's pour the water on the statue again. And watch as the woman appears. And give her the iris. And the siren scale. Okay. Apparently the potion will be ready tomorrow. We need to recover our strength before our final journey into the sea. So time to do nothing until tomorrow, I suppose. Go on then. There we are. Get back in the boat then and go back to Argiana. Call him. There you go. And now talk to him. That's annoying. Back to Argiana. Yeah, probably, but I guess he feels comfortable with it. Because I don't think the pizza dough ever comes up again. So back to the bungalow we go, to meet up with our friends again, I think. Did we figure anything out? Yeah, I think we did. Gonna go diving tomorrow and kill a legendary creature. Getting a potion that'll enable me to breathe underwater. But apparently these two are coming now. They've worked up the courage to face the sea. So we'll talk with them over dinner. Oh boy, we're right next to the sea at night. That's not tempting fate or anything. All this time... Uh-oh. Ben's going to say something really important now. Oh shoot. Apparently it wasn't necessary. But then that happened. So it was just a dream. Which means that that never happened. So, you know, having seen that lovely image, let's venture on the final leg of our journey. Simon's enjoying himself, Alice staring out at the ocean. Can we talk to them? Yeah, we can. We really like the fact that they came sailing with us. Apparently Simon talked up a girl called Eliza. But we've dealt with crazed ghosts and Japanese megalomaniacs with zombie armies. So what does Alice have to say about sailing? And the sea people and the vacation. So now that we've received moral support from our friends, let's go back to the Oracle Island to get the potion. Hello. See if we can't oops. See if we can't get the last leg of this epic journey started. Somehow we still have water in the cup, even though we've been pouring it on this statue over the last several days. Okay, we gotta drink the whole potion, but the effect will wear off after some time. We don't know how long, so that's, you know, very useful information. So we're given this small vial with potion. Not sure how the Oracle was able to give this to us, if it's just like just an image. But now we're ready to face our destiny. So back to the boat it is, and off to the Sea People's lair we go. It's time to go deep sea diving. So let's chug the potion, which tastes awful. Okay, let's just drop our pants and just jump into the sea. And that's not how you swim, Ben. What are you doing? So the potion somehow worked. So we better start looking for the sea people. Hello, Kisame. So now we're just on the ocean floor. We're not suffering any repercussions from the pressure or anything. Our eardrums somehow have not burst. Got some sea fans. A bright green plant. Maybe we can get that. Sure, we took a bit of that plant. Seems like it could be important. So we proceed through these beautiful undersea scenery. Got a starfish, a brain coral, some anemones. Can we mess with the starfish? No, we don't. Don't need to mess with the starfish, apparently. Yeah, maybe, but guess you can't argue with the Oracle. So I'm not entirely certain where to go now, since apparently Ben doesn't want to go off the screen. Ben. Go more to the right, maybe? No? Go down? Yeah, apparently down is the answer. It's not really evident, but whatever. So now we're in a cave with paintings on the rock. A man holding a glowing object that he has taken out of a box and that he gave to a figure in a cloak. So something was taken from the box we found in the Minotaur's Island and given to a man in a cloak. Maybe that evil figure we saw at the end of Case 1 Deluxe. And a cave painting showing a large green creature emerging from the sea and dragging a man by its leg. So apparently something was stolen and that pissed off these sea creatures. And there's a man with red hair swimming, but he's not wearing any clothes. A large rock with a circle in the center resembles an its pointed star. This is the epic adventures of Ben Jordan, paranormal investigator, who apparently doesn't know what to do next because we have a glowing rock, but don't think that's going to help us open that rock up there. Or over there, rather. Oh wait, what the fuck? Apparently there's an octopus on the rock, but yeah, blending with it. You can't really see it because it's the same fucking color as the rest of the rock. So let's... I don't know. So we want to catch the octopus apparently, but we can't just go up to it and grab it. We need to come up with a different course of action. Like using this net, which is apparently big enough to catch that octopus. Yep. And now we just have an octopus, which looks pink now and not grey. Who doesn't look very pleased to be in our possession. So I think, of course, what we're supposed to do now is take the octopus and put it against this rock. Yep. The octopus seems to enter a trance and places itself on the indentation, and now the rock disappears and the octopus escapes, but that's fine because it's opened up the whatever place this is. Some rocks on the floor. Well, I'm not sure what's going on here since there's like, looks like there's water on the floor, but we're already underwater, so we get a small rock from the pile of rocks. And keep going left into Atlantis. But there's no one around. This place looks kind of dead, that's right. There's a large structure, a small structure, and some markers. Can't tell if they're houses or graves. So let's approach, I suppose. Oh boy. Do you see this shit? There's a skeleton sitting at the throne. Looks human except for strangely shaped hands and feet. A throne carved from coral. A seal depicting an octopus. Oh boy. A mural, which, you know, green weed with a stone makes a glowing stone, and then you put the stone in the skeleton's mouth. So let's mix our glowing weed with the rock. Now we just have a glowing green rock. So let's use our kryptonite on the skeleton, as the mural says. And now it comes back to life with, apparently it's Riku Browning's less talented cousin. Oh boy. It disturbs him because the monster has been unleashed. The Oracle told us to seek you out and kill you, yes. Oh boy, but apparently the Oracle doesn't actually know the sea people. The truth is... Oh boy. These guys' people perished long ago. Because they could not change along with the world. And they never took humans from the surface. That was the work of a vicious monster who lived near the city. That monster was the last of the Forseeders, and it was the zone of the people to keep it at bay, but the surface dwellers disturbed the monster, and they could do nothing to stop it. And apparently the beast would return, and a fire-haired surface dweller would seek out the king. And apparently that's us right now. So this is quite a lot to take in. So how do we deal with that monster? Oh, that's how. Take the trident, return to the surface, and wait on the beach tonight. The monster will return for another victim, so that's our chance to slay it with the trident. So it looks like this is our last quest now. Monster Slayer quest. Oh, which doesn't fit. Damn it. So now we just take the trident, I suppose. Old rusty looking trident, which we need to seize. And head back to the surface. The sea people aren't responsible. It's the Forseeders monster. They're not the same. So now we just wait for the evil monster. This is going to be an interesting night indeed. Nice night for killing monsters. No idea when the monster is going to show up though. Simon's getting tired of waiting and he's standing with his back to the sea, so... You know, that's not tempting fate at all. Nope, no siree! Good job, Simon. Oh, but the monster just pushes him. And then takes him by the throat. Oh boy. So now we've got Simon Booth fighting this monster. That's us, that's Alice, who looks slightly afraid. Oh boy. So what do we do, Alice? You need to get the... Oh wait, this seems like a great time for this. Let's do it. Oh, but it can wait. Of course. Can we ask her to throw the trident? No, she has terrible aim. She doesn't want to do that. So we're kind of misguided here. Gracious. So I wonder if anything bad will happen if we just stand around doing nothing. That monster sure is taking a long time to kill Simon. I'm assuming that's what it's trying to do. Maybe if we interact with the monster? I don't know. No, we're not feeling touchy-feely right now, apparently. Maybe if we just use the trident now? No, we might accidentally hit Simon. So I guess the only thing left to do is to ask Alice to distract the monster. Hey, Greenie. Oh boy. No, the monster's just going to calmly wait while... Oh god. But we were a slowpoke and... Now we're gonna get eaten at the bottom of the sea, so that's great. Let's try that one more time, why don't we? Just pick up the trident again and... skip all this dialogue. And do what we're supposed to do this time. Professor Sunborn said that a lot of the stuff was waiting, but But the monster finally showed up, so he gets to be pushed around like a kid on the kindergarten playground. So we shoot the shit with Alice again. Well, Simon is getting his shoulder rub. And now we don't get killed. Hopefully. Just gotta keep the cursor next to the top of the screen. Okay, this is our only chance to act, so... Oop. So Ben throws a trident. Apparently said it's trident fish face, but... I was sort of clicking frantically to avoid death. See you later, punk. That's no better. So now we get this swelling, triumphant music. That's great. Well, you didn't seem like you were having that much trouble with it, Simon. So time for some relaxation. Off we go to the bar. And we're just going to leave the corpse of that monster there. That sounds like a great idea. What an ending. So, a toast to friends, Greece, and a paranormal-free rest of the day. More drinks to celebrate Professor Sandburn's return home. Oh, but it's not over yet. Well, someone might have called it. It's quite a nice view, huh? Apparently Ben wasn't expecting her arrival. All this seemed... Oh, I can't skip this dialogue, so you know. We get to watch this scene in its entirety. This wonderfully laid out... Oops, scene. So apparently Ben has something that he needs to do, and you know, after 6 cases he's only just now starting to realize it. Something Ben wants to tell her though. I wonder what it could be. It's not like we've had it spelled out multiple times. So that's what they wanted to tell each other. So isn't that great? It's about bloody time, that's right. Okay, finally I can skip dialogue again, I think. So back to the celebration to watch the professor chug the ouzo. That's the good ending, I suppose. Getting wasted and throwing up on the bungalow bathroom, that's the best ending. Throwing up on the monster's corpse. What are they going to do with the monster's dead body anyway? I mean, you'd think it'd be a pretty big deal, you know, having a legendary monster's body out in the open for everyone to see it. Apparently Telemachus Stavropoulos made music for this. I wonder if this music is gonna get Content ID matched as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Even though I've never heard it before. So we get the same weird sort of font for the end credits and beta testers, yeah. I think Edmundo Ruiz does the voice for Ben in the games that have voice acting. Yes, thanks to that Greek guy and that guy that isn't Greek. Is Telemachus really a common Greek name? I don't know. I don't think I've ever met or heard of any Telemachus as other than the one from the Odyssey. And the game closed itself, so I'm really glad that it does that every time. That all those games just... Oops, no, this is what I want.